Students, let us go through the exercise given in your textbook. Yesterday I taught you exercise C. Today I am telling you what you have to do in exercise D. You can understand in this way. In exercise D, underline adverb clause in these sentences and state their types. So the first sentence, he spoke as if he knew it all. You have to underline the adverb clause. So adverb clause in this sentence is if he knew it all. This is an adverb clause and I have already underlined. And this is telling the manner. So adverb of manner. This is adverb of manner. Wherever there is will, there is way. So wherever there is will, this is an adverb clause, and this indicates place. So this is adverb of place. So students, now third sentence, he did not meet me because he is still upset. Because he is still upset, this is an adverb clause, and this tells us about now reason. So adverb of reason. This is adverb of reason. You must run as soon as you hear the whistle blow. As soon as you hear the whistle blow, this tells us time. So this is adverb of time. Although the knife is small, it is very sharp. This, although the knife is small, this is adverb clause, and this is adverb of concession. You must reach the auditorium before I am on stage. So you must reach the stadium. This is principal clause, and this before I am on stage. This is an adverb clause, and this tells us time. So this is also an adverb of time. If they do not come tomorrow, they will not understand what is taught. If they do not come tomorrow, this tells us condition. So according to the sense of the sentence, if they do not come tomorrow, this tells us condition, because if they do not come tomorrow, they will not understand what is taught. So this tells us condition. So this is adverb of condition. I cleaned the room well so that Mom would be happy with my effort. So I cleaned the room. There is some reason why I cleaned the room, because so that Mom would be happy with my effort. So this is adverb of reason. Now here, though she says silly things at times, I still like spending time with her. Though she says silly things, this is unexpected conveys. So this is adverb of concession. Since Kabir has already gone home, we will inform about the game this evening. Since this is also tells us this also conveys the unexpected condition or moment. So this is concession. So in this way you have to solve the exercise given in the book. Now we will go through the exercise E, and this is an adjective clause. You have to write there adjective clause. Let me read the sentences given some examples here. We know the joke that you wanted to tell. So that you wanted to tell, that is an adjective clause. And the next sentence, this is the house that caught fire last year. So this is the house that caught fire last year. That caught fire last year, this is an adjective clause. So all these bold letters, these are adjective clause. And in the same way, in the exercise E, you have to do by your own. Complete these sentences with adjective clauses. Remember to use a finite verb in the clause one has been done for you. So I have a friend who lives in South Africa. I have a friend who lives in South Africa. These are the bold letters. Who lives in South Africa? These are bold letters, and this is an adjective clause. And in this adjective clause, lives verb is also used. Verb lived is also used. So as the exercise says that use a finite verb. So you have to use the finite verb in the adjective clause. So let us see the next sentence. Is that the girl who lost her ring? Who lost? Lost is the verb. Who lost her ring? So in this way you have to complete this sentence with adjective clause. In the third sentence, Kolkata is a city where my friend was born. Kolkata is a city. Kolkata is a city where my friend was born. There is verb was born. So this is an adjective clause. In the fourth sentence, we visited a village that caught fire last year. We visited the village that caught fire last year. Caught the verb, and that caught fire last year. This is an adjective clause. That is the woman who gave me food to eat. That is the woman who gave me food. So gave is a finite verb. We live in a house where a man was killed. Where a man was killed, this is a finite verb, and where a man was killed is adjective clause. I can see a lighthouse which is very beautiful. I can see a lighthouse which is very beautiful. I can see a lighted house which is very beautiful. Which is finite verb, and which is very beautiful is an adjective clause. Do you wish to meet the person who visited you? Do you wish to meet the person who visited you? So visited is the finite verb, and who visited you is an adjective clause. So I hope students you have understood what I have taught today, and I wish you very happy day, and I hope that you will be all right at home. So I advise you that don't leave your house. Stay at home. Stay healthy. Stay safe. Thank you. Now students, we will study about clauses. In the first part, I taught you what is phrase, how many kinds of phrase has. I have explained this all. Now I am going to explain the next part, clauses. Clauses. As I have told you that a phrase is a group of words which does not contain a verb and subject, as well as a phrase does not give a complete sense. But in clauses, this is also a group of words, but it contains a verb and a subject, and it gives a complete sense. So for definition we can see here, definition of clauses: a group of word which contains a verb and a subject and gives a complete sense. It's called clause. It's called a clause. So a group of words which contains a verb and a subject and gives a complete sense is called clause. So a clause is just opposite to a phrase. A phrase does not give a complete sense, while a clause give a complete sense and complete meaning. A phrase does not contain a verb and a subject, while a clause contains a subject and a verb. Example: I know who you are. I know who you are. This is a sentence, but who you are, this is a clause. This is a clause. We know everyone present here. We know everyone present here. This is a sentence, but on the other hand, we can also say this is a clause. We subject is here, no verb is here, and other words is here, and this also gives a complete sense, complete meaning. So we can say that this is also a clause. So a group of words which contains a subject and a verb is called a clause, which gives a complete sense. Now, kinds of clauses. A clause has three kinds. What are the three kinds? Noun clause, noun clause, adjective clause, and adverb clause. Adverb clause. Before this, we will study about the parts of clause. The parts of clause. Parts of clause, if we will talk about the parts of clause. A clause has three parts. Principal clause, subordinate clause, and coordinate clause. Coordinate clause. So a clause has three parts: principal clause, subordinate clause, coordinate clause. How a principal clause does the work, how a subordinate clause does the work in a sentence, and how a coordinate clause does the work in a sentence. So first of all, we will study about the principal clause. What is principal clause? We will know, we will come to know. First of all, what is principal clause? Principal clause are clause which has a subject and at least a main verb. A main verb is known as principal clause. This is a principal clause. A principal clause, for example, I know. This is a principal clause, a subject and a main verb, which contains a subject and a main verb, is known as principal clause. They are the students of my school. They are the students of my school. This is also a principal clause because this contains a subject and a verb. This is a subject and a verb. So in this way we can understand that principal clause is a clause which contains a subject and at least a verb. Now, a principal clause is also an independent clause. It does not depend on any other clause. Now, we will study about what is subordinate clause. What is a subordinate clause? What is a subordinate clause? A subordinate clause is a clause which is dependent on principal clause to complete its meaning. Subordinate clause is a clause which is dependent on principal clause, that is known as subordinate clause. Subordinate, which is based on principal clause, to complete its meaning. Okay, it means a subordinate clause cannot finish its meaning, complete its meaning by its own. So, for example, please wait here till I come back. Please wait here till I come back. Till I come back. This is a clause. Till I come back. This is a clause. But this clause is depend on principal clause. Okay. So till I come back. This is a subordinate clause. This clause is depend on principal clause. So in this way, subordinate clause is dependent on principal clause, and most important and notable thing is that a subordinate clause always begins from a subordinating conjunction. A subordinate clause always begins with a subordinating conjunction. Till, until, who, when, where. So in this way you can understand that a subordinate clause begins with a subordinating conjunctions. Subordinate conjunctions are who, when, where, why, all the question words, etc. These are the subordinating conjunctions. So you have understood that a subordinate clause begins with a subordinating conjunctions. A subordinate clause is a clause which is based on principal clause. So in this way we can identify the subordinate clause. Now in the exercise you can understand. In exercise C, you can see here, look here, underline the main clauses and circle the subordinate clauses in the sentences given below. So in this exercise you have to identify the main clause and subordinate clause. The first sentence is, I love eating sandwiches with a chocolate milkshake and salad whenever I am hungry. I love eating sandwiches with a chocolate milk and salad whenever I am hungry. This is a subordinating conjunction whenever. So whenever I am hungry, this is a subordinate clause, and this all the portion is a principal clause. So the main clause you have to underline and subordinate clause you have to circle. The second sentence is, the book you are telling me about is available in the library. The book you are telling me about, the book you are telling me about is available in the book you are telling me. This is a subordinate clause. And the book you are telling me about, this is subordinate, and the book is available in the library. This is a principal clause. The book which Rahul told us about, this is a subordinate clause, and other is principal clause or main clause. So the fourth sentence, Bob did not come for meeting as he had to go elsewhere. As he had to go elsewhere, this is a subordinate clause and this is a principal clause. I waited for Martha till it began rain. This is subordinate conjunction. You can solve this very easily. Till it began to rain. Since she did not have money, this is a subordinate conjunction. So students, you easily can understand that whenever subordinate conjunction is written, from the subordinate conjunction to the last, that is subordinate clause, and the remaining portion is principal clause. So other exercise you have to do yourself very easily. If you have any problem, then you can ask me and I will try to solve your problems. Thank you.
Well, students, today we will study about the distributive property of multiplication over addition. Number F. Distributive property of multiplication over addition. If x, y, z are three rational numbers, then we can define distributive property of multiplication over addition in this manner. X into bracket y plus z is equal to x into y plus x into z. Here we can see that x is distributed between y and z. We can x into z, x into y plus x into z. We can verify it by taking three rational numbers. Verification. If we take three numbers, 1/2 into bracket 2 upon 3 plus 3 upon 3. This must be equal to 1 into 2 into 2 upon 3 plus 1 into 1 upon 2 into 3 upon 3. Okay. Now we solve on both LHS and RHS. 1 upon 2 into bracket 3 LCM 3 to 5 upon 3 is equal to 2 upon 6 plus 3 upon 6. This will give you 5 upon 6 is equal to 235 upon 6. LHS is equal to RHS. Verified. Now we will understand the distributive property of multiplication or subtraction. Distributive property of multiplication or subtraction. If we take three numbers x, y, z, then we can formulate this property in this way: x into bracket x minus y is equal to x into y, sorry. If we take three rational numbers x, y, z, then we can formulate this property in this manner: x into bracket y minus z bracket close is equal to x into y minus x into z. We can verify it by taking three rational numbers as example. If we take these three numbers, 1 upon 2 into 2 upon 3 bracket minus 3 upon 3 bracket close, this will be equal to 1 upon 2 into 2 upon 3 minus 1 upon 2 into 3 upon 3. Now we solve on both sides of LHS and RHS. This will give you 1 upon 2 into minus of 1 upon 3 is equal to 2 upon 6 minus 3 upon 6. It means minus of 1 upon 6 is equal to, this will give you minus of 1 upon 6. LHS is equal to RHS. LHS is equal to RHS. This property is verified. Okay, your theoretical part complete. Now we will solve our exercise, that is Exercise 1.1. Exercise 1.1. Here question first is, in the following write the correct rational number. In the following write the correct rational number that should replace rational number that should replace part first 5/3 plus 0 is equal to what? Part second minus 2/5 plus 0 is equal to what? Part third is 3/7 plus 0 is equal to what? And part fourth is 2/3 multiplied by 1 is equal to what? And part fifth is minus 6/7 into 1 is equal to what? And so on. Now we solve these questions one by one. Solution. First, here we can see that 5/3 plus 0 is equal to question mark. We knows that if we add 0 in any number, the number remains same. That is why answer will be 3/5. In part second question, here minus 2/5 is added to 0. Answer will be minus 2/5. As we know that 0, if we add 0 in any number, the number remains same. In part third, question is 3/5 plus 0. Again, we will get 3/7 as answer. Now come to the part fourth. Here 2/3 is multiplied by 1. This will give you 2/3 as answer. As you already know that if we multiply 1 by any number, answer is the same as the number, because 1 is the multiplicative identity for rational numbers. Now come to the part fifth. Minus 6/7 is multiplied by 1. Again, answer will be minus 6/7 because of 1 is the multiplicative identity of a rational number. Now we will solve question second. No doubt. And now we come to the question number second. Second question is fill in the blanks. Part first is The reciprocal of minus 5 upon 7. The reciprocal of minus 5 upon 7 is dot dot. Question part second is the negative of minus 6 upon 7 is question third is for rational numbers the multiplicative identity is what? Part fourth is the rational number (10.11) in the form of P upon Q is what? Part fifth is if A upon B is a rational number, then B cannot be equal to what? Then B can't be equal to what? And next one is sixth part. The negative of a negative rational number the negative of a negative rational number is a dash rational number. Next, part 7. The reciprocal of minus 1 is the reciprocal of minus 1 is what? Now, this is your question second, and in question second there are 7 parts. We will solve each part one by one. We start from question second, part first. What is question part first? The reciprocal of minus 5 upon 7 is, as we know that the reciprocal of a number minus 5 upon 7 is minus 7 upon 5. Now we will solve question second. The negative of minus 6 upon 7 is, we can solve it, negative of minus of minus 6 upon 7 is equal to minus minus plus 6 upon 7. This is the answer. Now come to the third part. For rational numbers, the multiplicative identity is 1. We know that if we multiply 1 in any rational number, we get the same rational number. That is why we can say that multiplicative identity of rational number is 1. Now come to the fourth part. The rational number 10.11 in the form of P upon Q is. We can write 10.11 upon 1. Now we remove point. Here point after point there are 2 digits. Therefore we can add 20 in denominator. This is the number. This is equal to 1011 upon 100. This is the answer. Now come to the fourth part. The fifth part. If A upon B is a rational number, if A upon B is a rational number, then B cannot be equal to what? B cannot be equal to 0, as we have already discussed it in the rational numbers definition. We have already discussed what is rational number. Rational number are those numbers which can be written in the form of P upon Q, where Q not equal to 0. Here in denominator B is there, and in our definition in denominator was Q. Therefore B cannot be equal to 0 is the right answer. Now come to the sixth part. The negative of a negative rational number is a positive. Positive. It can be understood by taking an example. Solution 6th part. Here 6th part is the negative of a negative rational number. Negative of a negative rational number. Here 2 upon 3 is a rational number. It is negative because minus 2 upon 3, and negative of negative means minus of bracket minus of 2 upon 3 will be equal to minus minus will be plus 2 upon 3, and it is a positive rational number. Therefore we can say that the negative of a negative rational number is a positive rational number. Now come to the part 7th. Part 7th is the reciprocal of minus 1 is it can be proved by taking an example. Solution of part 7. The reciprocal of minus 1. Minus 1 is equal to, what is reciprocal? If we find a reciprocal of a rational number, we interchange numerator and denominator with each other. Therefore reciprocal of minus 1 can be written as minus 1 upon 1 is 1 upon minus 1. This is equal to minus 1. Answer. Okay. Come to the question third. Now we will solve question third. Question third is verify the property x into y is equal to y into x of rational number using. Question third is verify the property y into x of rational numbers using first part is x is equal to 7 comma y is equal to 1 upon 2 and part second is x is equal to minus 2 upon 3 and y is equal to 14 upon 15. Okay, here we can say that this x into y is equal to y into x is belongs to what property? We can see here x into y is equal to y into x. It is a commutative property of multiplication. Now we will solve solution. X into y solution first. X into y means here x is 7 and y is 1 upon 2. X into y upon 2 is equal to 7 upon 2. And y into x is equal to, here y is equal to 1 upon 2 into x equal to 7. It means 7 upon 2 here. Therefore, we can say that x into y is equal to y into x. Verified. Part second. Here x is equal to minus 2 upon 3 and y is equal to 14 upon 15. And we have to verify this property. So, we will find x into y using x is equal to minus 2 upon 3 and y is equal to 14 upon 15. Put the value of x and y here. X is minus 2 upon 3 into y is 14 upon 15. This is equal to minus of 28 upon 15, 3, 45. And y into x is equal to, here y is 14 upon 15 and x is equal to minus 2 upon 3. This will give you 14 to the 28 minus of 28 upon 53 45. Here we can say that LHS and RHS both are equal. Therefore, we can say that x into y is equal to y into x and property is verified. Now come to the next question. Question number 4. Question 4. Verify the property x into bracket y into z is equal to x into y bracket close into z of rational numbers using part first x is equal to 1, y is equal to minus 1 upon 2, z is equal to 1 upon 4, and part second is x is equal to 2 upon 3, y is equal to minus 3 upon 15, and z is equal to 1 upon 2. This property you can see that this property is the associative property of multiplication. Okay, student. Now you can solve yourself question number 4 because it is same as the question number 3rd we have solved. Recite.
Good morning, student. I hope that all of you will be fine. So today let us start the remaining chapter. First chapter from history. This will be the second part. And in my previous chapter, in my previous video, we have studied till here. Land surveys, etc. Mapping was also an important part of these surveys. So mapping, people started mapping also so that we can get more and more information of that particular age or particular time. Many topographic maps were made by the British during this period. Topographic means related to the arrangement of the physical features of an area. Means physical feature of an area means we can see things more clearly. So British government made this that time. Since British government did it. Census operation also started. Census means tally, okay, TALLY, tally, or Janganna, okay. Census means Janganna. So Janganna operations also started. People started. All these reports are well preserved and readily available to us. These all record put safe, okay, in the record room so that we can study it. Now secondary source. Next, secondary source, indigenous record. Indigenous record means home ground. Home, 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 ground, GROWN. Home ground means Swadesi. Okay. Indigenous record include the diaries and accounts of pilgrims and travelers, newspaper, books, novels, and leaflets, which portray the true feelings of an individual. Pilgrims means traveler. It's also called Tirthyatri, okay, and travelers, newspapers, books, novels, leaflets. From these all things, whatever has been written, it's a indigenous record, okay. We got the information from this also. What is the meaning of portrait? Portrait means drafting. Draft करना, चित्र बनाना, तस्वीर बनाना, okay, DRAFT, drafting. It's draft the true feelings of an individual. These records could be in English or in regional language. It depends on the person who is writing, which language is he using. So they were either in English or in original language. Dadabhai Nauroji, poverty and un-British rule in India highlighted the exploitative nature of British rule and made people aware of the real intentions of the British. Dadabhai Nauroji poetry, poverty and un-British rule in India. He wrote on British government and he mentioned mostly exploitative. Exploitative is this is the word taken by the exploit. Exploit means destroy. Okay, exploit means destroy, or it's also we can say uh, avail, benefit from, trade on, make use of, utilize, more utilize. Okay, एंड हार्नेस मीन्स शोषण करना या गलत तरीके से इस्तेमाल करना. ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट वांटेड दैट and cause of his writing people aware of the real intention, real motive of the British, that what British government want from us, what government want from us. During their rule the British tried to suppress the press but they remained unsuccessful. British government wanted that the news should be according to them, so they try to suppress means make to try to make a pressure, दबाव बनाना. They were trying to make a pressure on the British government but they remained unsuccessful. Nuts and bolts is here. In nuts and bolts we will see the first proper census was carried out in India in 1881. Census, I have told you the meaning. What is census? Census means Jangarna. The first census was carried out in India in 1881. It had 3 volumes. It is divided in 3 parts. First volume was a general report. First volume, or we can say first part, was considered as general report, and the second volume had 33 tables of the data collected, and in the second they tried to put all data in 33 tables, and the third volume had the tables and extract from the presidency level report. Means extracts means summary. Okay, the summary, the whole summary they put on the level of presidency level. That was the third volume. During the census, aspects of caste, religion and occupation were also collected. Aspects means aspects means side, SIDE, side. They also put the side of caste, means from in population how many peoples are from this caste. Okay, they were counting them, their religion, their occupation, what the people have, the caste, from which religion he is related and which occupation he is involved. This was the collection. So if someone will ask you when the first census was carried out, so you can say the first proper census was carried out in India in 1881. Okay, and it was in 3 volumes. Next, new inventions. What were the new inventions? Let's see. So first of all, I want to ask you, what is inventions? What is inventions? Inventions means discoveries. Okay, discovery, and we can say khoj. Okay, the textile industry was the first to be mechanized. First industry. Okay, means that was the first industry in which machines were introduced. With the help of machine, they starting working. That was the textile industry, because in the starting people were using their hands. By their hand they were directly working in textile industries. There was no any machine, but first time it is introduced in textile industries. People like James Hargreaves, Richard Arkwright, Samuel Crumpton, Edmund Cartwright, and Eli Whitney invented new machines like the spinning jenny, power loom, water frame, spinning mule, and cotton loom that increased cloth production. These all scientists, what they did, they invented these all new machines. These all machine used in these all machine uses in textile industry. Okay, and their name is spinning jenny, power loom, water frame, spinning mule, cotton loom. Okay, so you will search these all on the Google. Okay, these are the machines. These are the name of the machine, and these are the two scientists we know, Mr. James Watt and Richard Arkwright. The steam engine of James Watt and George Stephenson helped in the movement of goods from one place to another. Okay, these two scientists helped people. How they helped? They helped people by invention of steam engine. By that we got the help in the movement from one place to another place. Machines began to be slowly used for increased agriculture production too. Means people mostly involved in agriculture department, in agriculture industry, okay, by himself. They do not have they did not have too much instrument to use in the field, but slowly used the machines began to used for increased agriculture production too. Next point is trade and Crucial. What is the meaning of crucial? Crucial means important. Okay, class. And concern means fear. Okay. To fear, after the industrialized nation of Europe, two problems started. Two important problems started. What was there? What was that? Let's see. You have read that industrial revolution led to the tremendous increase in the production of goods. Okay, fine. We have read about it. That when industrial revolution started, a tremendous, dangerous increase started in part of goods. Okay, the goods were started too much. So the first concern was, the first important fear was to find out source of obtain raw materials at low cost. First of all, the main things is this: for the industrial revolution, for the industry, for making a goods, the first priority to find out raw materials in low cost. Okay, to find out raw materials means कच्चा material in at low cost means कम पैसों में कच्चा material find out करना. The second was to find markets for the surplus goods they produced. Surplus means, I have told you before, extra. Okay, to find out extra, to find out markets, whatever they are producing, so that they can sell them easily in the market. So it's also a concern to find out the market. This led the European nation to acquire colonies in the politically and militarily weaker countries of Asia and Africa. Means, acquire means lead to, okay, receive, obtain, I have told you before. This led to European nation to get colonies in political and military weaker countries of Asia and Africa. That was the region of their weakness. Imperialism is this policy of extending political and economic control over a weak country by the powerful one. What was its result? Its result was that imperialism, Samrajyabad, is this policy of extending. Extending means spread. Okay, spread, spread, spread or spreading, फैलाना, spreading political and economic control on over a weak country by the powerful one. The powerful country started to control on the weaker country. Next, we see nuts and bolts. Nuts and bolts, textile industry was the first to be influenced by the Industrial Revolution. Gradually, other industries also came under its spell. Spell means magic. Okay. Textile industries, as I have told you before, the textile industry was the first industry in which machinery and mechanism, okay, machinery or mechanism introduced. Cause of this influence, some other industries also came under it and its spell, its magic. Capitalism. Next point is capitalism. Capitalism means money or punjibad. What is it? Let's understand more. Before the Industrial Revolution took place in the European countries, the land was under various feudal lords who were powerful. Feudal lords, we can say prince, okay, chieftain, we also can say chieftain, leader, okay, feudal lords, we can say leaders, head, okay. So during that time, European countries took place Industrial Revolution. The land was under the various leaders who were very powerful. They collected taxes and imposed fine on farmers and lived a life of luxury. What people were doing, what had were doing that time, they collected taxes They collected taxes and imposed. What is the meaning of imposed? Imposed means लागू करना, उन पे लगाना, ठीक है. Fine means penalty. We can say they started imposing penalty on the farmers, starting collecting the taxes and imposed fines on farmers and lived a luxury life. Okay, they started living a luxury life. Luxury means a delicious, we can say delicious life, a happiness, a pleasureful life. After the arrival of the factory system, a new class of people arose who were the owners of the factories. A new system, when introduced, a factory system is introduced, what happened? A new class were arose. Arose means, what is the meaning of arose? Arose means उठना, get up, पैदा होना, rise, grow, okay, stand up. A new class of people grow who were the owners of the factories. Owners, I think you know the means of owner. Owner means Malik, okay, of the factory. These people control the production and sale of their goods, or in other words, they control capital. Okay, what they started? These all people started controlling the production according to their needs, according to their intelligence. What they started? They started that how much production will be there. They started to decide. Okay, because their factory was there. Okay, they have the factories, so they started that how much production will be there and how they will sell, in how much amount they will sell. In other words, we can say they control the capital, they control the money. Okay, how the price will be increased, how the price will be decreased, and how much it will be helpful for them. Thus, they came to be known as capitalists. Okay, because of this, they known as capitalist. They known as capitalist. Class, if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Capitalist means Punjibadi. In other word, we can say money lender. Okay, money lender, MONEYLENDER. Because of they have the power to control the capital, they were known as capitalist. They paid very less salaries to their workers and exploited them in numerous ways. What they started? They wanted to earn more and more money. Okay, for this, what they did? They started to giving very less salary to their worker. The workers who were working in their factories, in their company, they started paying very less salary and exploited. Exploited, the same word I have told you before. Exploited means to make use of. Okay, अनुचित लाभ उठाना या शोषण करना, exploited. They started exploited them in numerous way, in many time, in many kinds. This way, there were two distinct group of people: the capitalist, or the one who had money and all comforts, and the workers, or the have nots who worked hard yet did not earn much. Okay, this way there were two distinct groups. How many groups? Two groups. In a group, capitalists were there. Capitalist, who is capitalist? The owner of the company, or the one who had money. Who had the money? The moneylenders, the feudal lords, the moneylenders who impose fines on the farmers, collected taxes, and lived a luxury life. They were in a group, they were living in a class, and the remaining, the workers who were working very hard. And after working very hard, they did not earn much. It's divided in two parts. So today mostly we have discussed most of the part of the chapter. What you will do at your home, you will read it again. Okay, I am just zoom on the page. You will read it again. We have started from here, mapping, and we move to next page, 86 page. On page number 86, this is the first chapter of history. We have studied secondary source, nut bolts, new inventions, trade unionism and socialism, colonization, industrial revolution, imperialism, and capitalism. Okay, so in next video we will learn the remaining chapter. We will see next chapter or the remaining chapter. So it's your homework to find out its hard word. If you are feeling any problem, you can ask me in the comment box. You can write your problems on the copy, in your copy, okay, and ask when the class will be continue as usual. You can write your doubts. Thank you.